right, Panther fans. So, here we go. In just a few short hours, what is it, 6 hours, 8 hours from now, whatever it is, Game 1, Stanley Cup Final begins. Now, if you know this channel, you know a lot of times my reasons for having reasons aren't always specifically about the hockey. And at the start of every series, regardless of what the situation is, I do my preview and whatever, but then I come in here in the recap room, morning of first game, and we just chat. Now, I didn't have a lot of content out these last few days because I was spending that time with Fluffy. You guys know that situation. And if you really want to know the parallels that I'm drawing in terms of how this series is going to go, there is a link in the community section. I put out a post or video on one of my other channels, and I linked to it, and it's about a half hour long, and it's just me talking in the dark. But it explains the story of how I came to have Fluffy, and it illustrates in detail what I'm about to say here, which is it's not easy to get to where you think you are at the top of the world and then fail miserably. And the realization that hits you when you realize you did all that work, but you didn't know how to finish. You didn't finish it right. And it can be a struggle to determine, well, why? You know, what parts of the work that I did to get to that point can I take, and what parts do I need to leave behind? What was my mistake? Sometimes it's overconfidence. It can be any number of things. But, you know, when any person, especially a man, recognizes that mistake that they make when they have a chance to finish, if they put their mind to it, and I mean really put their mind to it, where they put their heart and focus and soul into something, to getting back to that exact moment again and then finishing, I'm not going to say they become invincible, but good luck knocking them off. That's reason number one. Now, reason number two is a little bit different, and it's more relatable to sports. I see a lot of Oilers fans, and good for you. You're confident in your team. I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want it any other way. Look over my left shoulder. It's Larry Zonka. I'm obviously a Dolphins fan. And I can tell you from personal experience back in my youth that just because you have the best player in the league, just because you have that elite top tier talent that is clearly better than everybody else, it doesn't mean you're going to win. As a kid, I watched Dan Marino obliterate the record books in 1984, and we went through the playoffs, and we may as well have been smoking the doobie the whole time because it wasn't even close. We had no concerns, no worries at all. 49ers, who the hell are they? Come on. We got Marino, Clayton, Duper, Nathan, Harris, Hardy. You can't beat these guys. And it was a hard lesson to learn as we watched the 49ers. It was close. It kept it close. But as the game wore on, the balance of talent that the 49ers had eventually rose to the top, and we lost. And we never got back. And Marino is arguably known as, at the very least, the best quarterback that never won a Super Bowl. So, while I understand the Oilers fans, like I said, good on you for having confidence in your team. Of course you're going to feel that way. When I look at it from afar, as someone who has been in that position as a fan, but just in a different sport, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. Because when you have elite talent, if in any way the opposite team can find a way to even slow them down and frustrate them a little bit, well, the other parts just can't hold up their end of their bargain. Is that what's fixing to happen here in this series? Don't know. Panthers could lose game one, win the next four. Anything can happen in the series because it's sports and anything can happen. I will say this: if the Panthers win game one, lose game one, I'm not getting too high or too low. I've said that before in other series. Rangers, we were down 2-1. It's like, uh-oh. Now you start getting, Rangers win one more. Now it's an elimination game. But game one, I consistently say game one doesn't mean anything until after game two. Home ice is, let's be honest, it's great for teams to play in front of their home fans, but good teams play well on the road. So there's no fear for any of these teams wherever they're going to have to play, whether it be an elimination game or a closeout game. So, the whole, split at the road, split at home and all of that, it's a good way for fans to feel better about the situation after they've lost the game. But the reality is until somebody has that many wins, anything can happen. So, in terms of Panther fans, I see confidence, but quiet confidence. See, this is the part that Marino and Duper and Clayton, all of those guys, this is the part they never did, which was get back. That's the difference. So, all I can say is this. If you listen to the video that I put out the other day on that other channel, you'll understand how, for me personally, I am at the beginning of the end of a 27, maybe 28-year project in terms of my personal life and dogs. And I am smack dab right in the middle, personally, of where the Panthers are, which is to say, I got to a point and I failed. Other people wouldn't really look at it as a failure, but for me it was. And I've put all of my effort and made all of the sacrifices in my life to get it right back to this exact situation that I find myself in. And that's where the Panthers have put themselves. Different subject, different angle, only took a year, but that's right where they are. And what I can tell you, for me personally, is that unless God himself stops me, there will be nothing that stops me from completing this project. There will be nobody. There's nothing more important. There's no person more important. So, if the Panthers are in this space, anywhere near to where I am, we're going to win this series. Not because we clog up the middle and stop McDavid or Skinner has a bag. None. No. Because the power of a man who almost accomplishes something and then gets back to that exact spot, like I said at the beginning, good luck stopping him. That's it. Colin, I'll be live 1/2 hour before the game tonight. There's no panic if you lose game one. There's no celebration if you win game one. Well, let's finish this.